Hey guys, today I will show you a carb of my little dream. It's a Ford Granada carburetor for V6 engine. I like Granada Mark II, but Granada Mark I is the best for me. So the carburetor is Solex Pierburg 3535 EEIT. The owner of this carburetor told me that he had troubles when he rides with petrol, so he used LPG system. Some round view of it. And I see that the owner cleaned carburetor before transfer it to me. The cold start system have no rod from choke to throttle. The gear segments have some deterioration, which is absolutely usual for this carb. So the trouble is that one throttle is opening, while second is staying on its place. The synchronization screw will help us to make needed regulations. The detailed review of this carb will be on other video. And now let's disassemble it and look what problems inside. These parts of a cold start system is working not smooth. Carb was cleaned by engine clear chemistry, but these don't help for it. Flappers works badly. Now I need to be careful when take off this paper gasket. These indentations tells me that tightness is okay. First really funny thing is that auxiliary venturi is installed upside down. So you can see that its nozzle have wrong direction. This mistake creates big problems in point where auxiliary venturi connects with emulsion tube channel. The resulting channel is extra small. That's why the main fuel system of venturis begin to work later, and its throughput is much lower than need. As a result, it works in small ranges of RPM. I don't know exactly, maybe the carb owner was hurry when assembled it, but after repair it will work much better. Now let's take the float. It is plastic and have no adjustments, but it is in good condition for its years. And here we have needle valve. As you can see, it have handmade tuning by Plumbum material. This was made to correct the float chamber level. In this way, we can use needle valve from another carb to install it in this one. Now let's take idle fuel jets. One of it is sitting too strong, and I see that was some impact in socket of this jet. So let's take another. Okay, that's better. I don't see the marking of it, but I see the mode inside it. So the left part of this V6 engine had problems with idle work. And now let's look on LPG incut. In first barrel we can see bad positioning of it. Its nozzle must look down, but not in a side, and the second one is okay. And now let's look from the bottom. Moreover, it have bad fixation and rotates. Let's go back to first idle jet. And now we can see it clean. Here in float chamber we can see two fuel jets of main system and no fuel jet of additional idle system, called bypass fuel supply. So now we can understand that this carb is one of the oldest type, called Standard 77. throttle damper have strange regulations and not so good condition. And here we can see super badly fixation of a second barrel LPG incut. The stream's direction of accelerating pump injector I will check in other video. Now I want to make total disassemble of this carb and find other problems. And again, I need to be careful. Accelerating pump metal spring and diaphragm are on their places. And what we have here with diaphragm? Here we have some rust. The canvas is rather soft around perimeter, but in center, where it contacts with the petrol, it dry and have some cracks. And the rod of accelerating pump have wear out. And now let's get the idle mixture screw. I will twist them in to understand their adjustments. First of them have 2.5 rotations to be totally swirled, and second is 3.25 rotations. In theory, they should have the same adjustments, but the quality of idle fuel jets and other factors can create some additional differences. For example, like in this case, throttles not synchronized. The next patient is the vacuum part of accelerating pump, also called anti-stall system. This powerful spring is looking good. And the situation with diaphragm is just the same like with main accelerating pump. And we can see few small deformations on both of auxiliary ventures. Someone pushed them up with screwdriver and brutal force. Now let's take main fuel jets. And I see that the same bodybuilder was here. The jets screwed in with super force. But I have some super screwdriver for situations like this. And I went to gym in school age. So these jets should be the same. First jet is marked 137. Let's check it by calipers. 140 fits with little extra gap. 150 is too big. So the jet size is around 145. And the second jet have the same situation. As a result, the quality of mixture is rich. Maybe this was specially made to compensate wrong installed auxiliary ventures. And here we have bad situation with idle air screw. Now let's check petrol filter. The filter is in perfect condition. Now let's look at power valve. The metal spring is on its place, and now looks like the diaphragm have some bonus holes. Here we can see the fuel jets of power valve. And let's use my flashlight to understand the diaphragm condition. So here we have few additional holes. Thanks to them, the petrol goes by a vacuum line to intake manifold constantly. So I need to replace this diaphragm. And again, I see that someone used extra force to install these small jets. I don't see any marking on these jets. But thanks to my flashlight, I can see that they are clean, and that's okay. Now let's take accelerating pump injector. Need to be careful. And here we have marking 45. And now I need to disassemble central and bottom parts of a carb. The throttle body is in good condition. Here at second barrel you can see 3 holes of progressive system upper the throttle. In the first barrel is only 2 holes. That's why the right side of the engine got more fuel than left. And that's why idle mixture screws had different regulatings. And now one of the most important tests. I need to rock a little open throttle to fill the gap. And this test confirms the good condition of throttle body. The thermal gasket block was sticked to middle part of a carb. After tearing it off, I see that the paper gasket of a block is staying here very long time. And the gaskets told me that tightness have no problems. And the last part of problems concentrated in cold start system. The outside temperature is low, so its flappers must be closed, but the adjustments is not correct. Moreover, all elements works tightly. They need to be cleaned and oiled. In this moment, I must tell that the owner of this car is riding on it only in the end of spring and in summer, so he don't need this system at all. Most likely, it is the reason that the cold start system have no rod from choke to throttle. The diaphragm of a choke system have problems with vacuum. I have feeling that it stays here from the very beginning of this carburetor life. It is extra thin and delicate. I don't see the holes on it. And I try to rotate the metal part of this diaphragm. No rotations. That's good. And that's why I think that the problem is in the deformation of this cap. So, in the very end of each carb examining, we'll be looking around cleaned carb. Now we need to find any cracks which could hide under the dirt. It can be especially bad when cracked one of fuel channels. Additional air will go into such channel and carburetor work will be badly. In this case, carburetor spent in solvent 1 week or even more. Every day I came to the garage and cleaned this carb with brush. Even so, not all dirty places was cleaned. Also, this carburetor model have some bad feature. The main air jets with emulsion tubes pressed in the body of a carb. And it's not just a feature, it's a problem, because I can't take them and clean them. As you know, emulsion tubes can be clogged with some mud. I will add some video to show you how can it be. Место почище. Вон, смотрите, уже сыпется из нее. Вот, пожалуйста, хорошо видно, что они засоряются. Сейчас достану вторую эмульсионную трубочку. Так, рядом буду. Видно? Сыпется. So in this carb I used compressor to blow off all mud, but I'm not sure that the result is excellent. So I will use ultrasonic cleaner to finish this work. For this carburetor model, ultrasonic cleaner is super needed. And the story of this carb will continue in one of the next videos. I hope you find here something useful. I'll be glad to see your likes, subscribes and comments. Wish you all the best.